Okay, last lecture we have discussed about cryptogams. Now we'll discuss about phanerogams. What are phanerogams? These are the seed-bearing plants. Means what these plants they reproduce with the help of seeds. Like these angiosperms they contain male and female reproductive organs. The pollination and fertilization takes place, and seeds get developed, and these seeds after when they get landed on the land, on the soil, they germinate and new plants arises. Okay, so this phanerogams, there are two types, angiosperms and gymnosperms. Let us discuss first about angiosperms. So angiosperms, they are the highly evolved plants. You can see these are differentiated into root, stem and leaves. These are roots, stem, leaves. Okay, they have a very good developed vascular tissues. That means they have a conducting tissues. Then the xylem and phloem. The xylem is helpful for transport of water, and phloem is important for the transport of food. Whatever the food that is formed in the leaves, it gets transported to throughout all the parts of your body. Okay, so this nothing but the angiosperm. So both these things are present. Like flowers are getting produced in the plants, angiosperms, and from the flowers, when there's a flower, if you see the structure of flower and the style, then the ovary that is present inside this style. Okay, the ovary that is present inside this pistil. Okay, after fertilization the ovary gets developed into fruit, and the ovule get developed into seed. So the seeds are enclosed within the fruits. Okay, so flowers and fruits both are producing angiosperms. Okay, here is you can see their generation. Here is ovary, here's anther. So pollen grains, what happens is they enter into this embryo sac, and this embryo is formed, and from this embryo this plant is produced. But how this plant is produced, you must understand the concept, that is seed germination. Okay, when the seeds are formed that are enclosed in the fruit, these seeds they become dried. Okay, inside the seeds there is a presence of embryo. Embryo means it's a kind of baby. So this baby, it gets nurtured by the food reserve material that is present in the seed. So when when the seed is formed, it becomes dried. Why it becomes dried? It loses all its moisture, because it has to get protected itself from the infection like fungus and all. They require moisture for reproduction and for survival. Okay, so what happens is these seeds they become very much dried, and the seeds, when they land on the soil, they require few things. Okay, like for example they require water, they require oxygen, and they require water, oxygen and temperature and sunlight. Okay, so when all these criteria gets fulfilled, then this seeds germinate. Germination takes place means what? This embryo, it gets developed, it absorbs all the material, reserved food material that is present in the seed, and it forms radicle, and it forms plumule. Radicle forms means what? If you see the seed, the germinating seed, there is a elongated tube that forms. This is nothing but radicle. So the radicle, it helps in rooting. So radicle is nothing but it's a kind of root that it starts penetrating deep into the soil, and shoot formation takes place. From the shoot, the photosynthetic leaves. For the photosynthesis, the cotyledons. Sometimes the cotyledons they develop into um, they are the first leaves. Okay, so what happens is they are the photosynthetic organs, they capture the food material, and then the plant development starts. Okay, here we have talked about everything about angiosperms. Now we'll talk about gymnosperms. What are gymnosperms? Gymnosperms, as you know, you must have visited Kulu Manali. Okay, there you see the coniferous plants are there. So the coniferous plants, they have needle-like structures. Why they have needle-like structures? Because whenever there is a snowfall, okay, when there is a snowfall, the snow, this is the adaptation that takes place in the plants, that the snow, it falls off. okay, it slippers, it falls off from the needle like it never returns. The snow never returns on the needle like structure, so it falls off. And these are the nothing but these are the coniferous. What why they are called as coniferous plants? Because they produces cones. We'll see it later. The gymnosperms examples are cycas, that you see, it's a decorative plant you will see in gardens, cycas, then spruce, then pine. All these are the example of gymnosperms. Now the gymnosperms, this is also a highly evolved plant. Okay, it is differentiated root, stem, and leaf. Then if you see the stem, it's erect, it's a solid. Okay, and leaves, if you see, the leaves are of two types. Okay, the first are is a simple needle like pinnately compound, and there are some scale leaves. Okay, scale leaves, we'll see how it happens. See, on this plant, now I've told you that these are the coniferous. It produces, see, there are two types of leaves. The leaves that are green colored, okay, they are simple needle like structures, they are the green colored foliage leaves. And the second are the scale leaves, they are arranged, okay, they are spirally arranged around an axis, and they forms cone. Here you see it's a male cone, and here below you see it's a female cone. Okay, so inside this spirally arranged leaves, there is a presence of microsporangia and megasporangia. If suppose this leaves contains microsporangia, they contain pollen grains, they are called as microsporophylls. And if they contain megaspores, if they contain megasporophyte, then it is called as megasporophylls. Okay, so sporophylls is nothing but these are the leaves. Sporophylls, fill means what? It's a kind of leaf. Okay, sporo means it contains spores. Okay, that's why it is called as, it contains male and female gametophytes. That's why it is called as sporophylls. Or it is also called as a male cone or female cone. It is also called as male strobi or female strobi. Okay, so they may be the male cones and the female cones. They may be present on the same plant, or in some cases, the female cones they are present on the upper branches, and male cones they are present on the lower branches. Okay, so there is no flower formation you see in these plants, and the pollination, it takes place with the help of wind. All the pollen grains that are released, they will be get carried away with the help of air currents, and they will be settling on the mega sporophyte, that is mega female gametophyte. And you know how the pollination takes place, then there produces a seeds, but this produces naked seeds. Why naked seeds? Because they are not enclosed in the fruits, that's why they are called as naked seeds. Okay, you will see these are the leaves. Okay, and here it produces gametophyte. Okay, pollen grains. And here you see megasporophyll, it contains megasporangia, then female gametophyte is formed. And from this, if you see this, then there's pollen grains. Okay, pollen grains get carried away with the help of air currents, and mm, they they enter into this female gametophyte, and here you see the seed is produced. Okay, the seeds are not enclosed, they are open. And when the seeds they fall on the land, the new plant arises. I want to show you one more thing. Here you see the life cycle. Trees that grow cones are called as conifers. The cones are of the conifers are very important because they are the place where the tree makes and shelters its seeds. So here you see this is the tree. Here the cones are produced, okay, and the seeds are produced. and the seeds they fall on the ground and it produces a sapling. Okay, see the life cycle. Tree, bird. Here is a life cycle of angiosperm. Okay, so the difference is angiosperms. In angiosperms, the seeds are enclosed within fruits, and in gymnosperms, the seeds are naked. The seeds are not enclosed in the fruits.